In this video, I'm going to show you how to use HDRI images to quickly and easily light a scene. Let's start by building a very simple scene. First, add a floor object to your scene. Next, add a sphere to your scene and move it up on the y-axis so that it's just resting on the floor. For me, that's a y position of 100. Next, you're going to want to add a sky object to your scene. This is what we're going to apply our HDRI image to. Next, open up your content browser. In your content browser, navigate to your HDRI images. In Cinema 4D 11.5, you can do that by clicking on your Presets button, going to Cinema 4D, going to Materials, HDRI, and then navigating to an image that you like. If you've got a small preview right now like this, you might want to drag this slider over so that you can see the images. I'm just going to choose this outdoor scene and drag it over to my material bin. I'm going to close my content browser and drag this material onto my sky. When I render now, I get this. It doesn't look like much. There are two ways to have HDRI applied to your image. Go to your render settings. The easiest is to turn on something called global illumination. So just choose Effect, Global Illumination. When you press Render Now, you get this nicely calculated bounce light. The only problem is that this is only really well suited to still images because it really adds to processing time. Another option you can use is this QMC mode, which is also time intensive, but at least is more compatible with animation. Now you'll notice that it gets a little bit grainy, like you see here. So you can increase your QMC settings and increase your sample count to something like 256, and you'll get a smoother looking image. Unfortunately, you really have to crank these numbers up to get a smooth image. Another option is, instead of using global illumination, you can use something called ambient occlusion. So I've just deleted the global illumination setting, and I'm turning on the ambient occlusion effect. If I render right now, I'm not seeing much, but what I can do is turn on this Use Sky Environment setting, and that will light all of the objects in my scene with the texture from my sky. It's not quite perfect just yet. The one other thing I'm going to want to do is add a light to my scene and turn on ambient illumination. That, I believe, should pretty much solve it. We've now got a scene entirely lit by HDRI. As you can see, though, with some objects that becomes a little troublesome. So depending on your needs, use either global illumination or ambient occlusion. Myself, I'm a global illumination man.